roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light.
And then moving on from the M2 competition, we have this M5, BMW M5, BMW F10 M5, so the previous generation to what's currently on sale right now. Yeah, this car is really cool too. And this is no ordinary M5, because if you come along this side and have a look at the plaque that's inside, I'm not sure if the camera will do justice, but this is the M5 pure metal. So only 20 of these were made, and only for the South African market. That is pretty cool. That is pretty dope. So we have these M5 pure metals, 20 of them for the South African market. They're nowhere else to be found. And yeah, I'm not sure if this is the only color in which they come with, but something of a sort. You have these wheels. The M5 competition had wheels like that as well, similar type wheels. You got 20-inch in the back, and I believe 20-inch in the front as well. So it has a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 with 600 horsepower, which is 441 kilowatts. 441 kilowatts in a four-door saloon. Like a four-door saloon. Can you believe that? Like, remember when we were still at the McLaren side, I did say I can't wait to see what the car world is going to bring us in the future. I mean, we have four-door saloons with 441 kilowatts. That's insane. It's got more power than other two-door sports cars that are out there. It's just insane. This car is actually it's more powerful than any Maserati Gran Turismo ever made. Like, ever made. It's just like that, plain and simple. Bam. I mean, unless they make, Maserati Gran Turismo Trofeo. There's a Levante Trofeo, which has 600 horsepower, so that engine makes its way into the other models, and maybe that could change. But 600 horses in a four-door saloon, it's just insane. I mean, and the M5 competition even has more, the current one. It has more power. The standard one has what? 600 horses flat, and then the other one has 460 kilowatts, which is about 650, 640, thereabout. I'm not sure. 625, I think. It's got about 625 horses, which is like 460 kilowatts. That's insane, and it keeps on jumping each year. There's a new car. They keep on jumping it up, and it's insane. So yeah, M5 pure metal over there, one of 20 in the world. And then we move on to the other side. We have a Lamborghini Huracan Spider. Oh, look at that. Lamborghini. Yeah, I mean, the Italianist has to come out. Lamborghini Huracan, I think. That's my attempt at some Italian pronunciation there. So yeah, we have the Lamborghini Huracan Spider. Spider is English. But yeah, this car replaced the ever so successful Lamborghini base model. So Lamborghini back in the day only had like one model, actually. I think they used to make just V12. They were known for V12 cars. And I think it's important that, Lamborghini is right at the helm of super sports cars. I mean, I believe they invented the whole game, actually. They started off this whole mid-engine idea back in the 1960s with the Miura. And they were the first car to have an engine right here, right at the back here. And that layout is known as mid-engine. Mid-engined car. So they began the whole thing back in the 60s. And so it's no new fit that Lamborghini will be making such things, and they'll be pretty good at it. So this replaced the Gallardo. The Gallardo only spanned for about 10 years, 2004 all the way to 2014. Very successful. I believe they sold about 14,000 units, which is a lot for a supercar. I mean, these types of cars are not cheap, and for a manufacturer to be recording sales of 14,000 units, that's pretty mind-blowing. So that's crazy. So this car, when it first launched, I mean, it already had big shoes to fill. I mean, the predecessor had 14,000 units sold worldwide. So this one had pretty stiff competition. Like, it really had to prove itself, of which, in my opinion, I think it did. This has a 5.2 liter, naturally aspirated, so that means there's no turbochargers, no superchargers, no electric motor even. It's just naturally pure raw engine. That's what this is. A V10, so it shouts, which is really good. And it starts off at 560 horsepower, 552 bhp, which is around about 412 kilowatts, which is really cool. No, that's 560. No, that's the Gallardo. This has 610, my bad. 610, four-wheel drive. So obviously you have something to bail you out of the hedges if you do happen to, drive into one of those. But it's a really cool car. Oh, look at it. It's got this white color, white and black. Always a winner, I believe. And you got the gray, yeah, you've got the gray carbon ceramic brakes. I believe they come as standard on this car. I love this type of wheel. It's like a spider type thing, which is really nice. So I love that. That's the Huracan Spider. And then moving on, we have another sort of like lounge area here. This is really dope. I like what they're doing with their new showrooms. This is pretty epic. This is really, 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 really cool. I love that. And then we move on. We have a first generation Porsche Panamera. And this is a Panamera Turbo S, which I believe has 550 horsepower from a 4.8 liter twin turbocharged V8 engine. There it is, V8. This was Porsche's first attempt at a 4-door saloon. They wanted to create a 4-door 911, and this is what they came up with. It's got a nice spoiler. It rises up at 120 kilometers an hour or 75 miles per hour. And it's just, it's really cool. I mean, the performance, don't get me wrong, performance-wise, this car is blistering. Like, it goes like stink. It's insane. Got massive 20-inch wheels in the front. And yeah, it has an insane launch control, and it's mainly thanks to the 4-wheel drive system, as well as the gearbox, which is also pretty quick, and the launch control. So really cool car. I love the second generation. This wasn't exactly much of a look at, but the new one is just epic. Really, 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 really epic. Going to move on to the side, we have a Shelby, Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. Previous generation, I believe, to what's currently on sale. I'm not sure if this is the one with the, I know it's got a supercharged V8. I'm not sure if this has 662 horsepowers. But yeah, Shelby Mustang, raw power, straight line performance, and it just sounds absolutely insane. This car, so this is not the like immediate previous generation. This is like way back. So somewhere along those lines, I believe over 500 horsepower, definitely. Supercharged V8, I'm not sure of that displacement, but definitely over 5 liters, 5 liter or 5.8. I know the previous generation had a 5.8 liter supercharged V8, I believe. And the current one has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, but it's still a cool car. I mean, it's amazing. The whole Shelby GT500 was made famous from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a 2000 movie. Yeah, featuring Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, Robert Duvall, something like that. But yeah, so the last car that Nicolas Cage drove off a cliff and wrecked, which is so sad. But that was a Nissan. That was a Nissan. It was a 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, aka also known as Eleanor. So that's where these cars are sort of building their reputation on. They're sort of standing on the shoulders of that and continuing the GT500's moniker and that sort of thing. And then we move on to a car that I particularly love. If you know anything about me, I'm an AMG guy, and we have an AMG right here. And there's no ordinary AMG as well. This is a Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Black Series Coupe. Cars today have really long names, but yeah, let's have a look at this. Ah, there it is. So this is the previous generation, a W204 as it's known internally at Mercedes. And yeah, I mean, just look at it. Look at the back, it's so aggressive. It's wider than the standard car, and it's just insane. This car has the aero pack, which gets you that wing and some front winglets. I will show you once we get there. This carbon fiber that runs along all the back here. The 4 tailpipes unleashing AMG thunder. Oh man, this was so cool. This is also a limited car, so not many of these were made. Initially I heard they're gonna make 700 of them. Then because of customer demand, they decided to up that number to about 800, 850. I'm not sure of the exact numbers, how many of these were made, but quite a number, just under 1,000 or thereabouts. There it is. Oh, look at that bonnet with the power domes, with the creases on the side, and some nostrils over there. Those 2 nostrils, really, really mean and aggressive front fascia. You got the winglets on the side. That's exactly what I was talking about. Those 2 things. And there's also another one on the opposite side. Look at how flared the wheel arches are. The body ends sort of there, and you get all that as the flared wheel arch. Carbon fiber all around. There's carbon fiber mirrors, and it's got the comfort seats, not the racia bucket seats, which are not very comfortable. You also have carbon fiber running down, and this is particularly special because of the engine. AMGs are known for their engines. Like, AMGs are just known for their engines. That's what they do best. So this car has a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, and in this specification has produced about 517 horsepower, 517 horsepower, about 380 kilowatts. And it was just a beast. This was the car that said goodbye to this generation of C-Class, the W204, and made way for the W205. And I believe this is the first time Mercedes made a C-Class coupe, if I'm not mistaken. Back in the day, they had various names. You had like CLC and that sort of thing. But I think this was the first kind of original, you know, C-Class coupe. I stand to be corrected, but I think something along those lines. This was just a beast. Like, these cars are collectibles now, obviously because of the engine. Now the current generation only has a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8. And because of emissions and regulations, now cars are being forced to downsize and have smaller engines, you know, for, you know, to protect the environment. So yeah, cars like this are going to be rare in future. I think they're going to be collector's items. And this car, as we stand right now, this is 2.8 million rand. 2.8 million rand. I believe it has actually held its value. It hasn't lost any value at all. And this car is from back in 2013, 2014. So from 2012 to 2014, somewhere around there. I believe that's when they were making these. And yeah, and earlier, it's actually surprising because I saw an SLS AMG Roadster with about 10,000 kilometers from 2014 for 2.8 million rand. So what would you pick? I'm not sure what's the mileage on this, but they're both epic cars, naturally aspirated, AMG V8s, shouty, and they just make themselves known wherever they go. So that'll be a tough choice. I mean, you could get both. It's just 5.6 million. But yeah, these are absolute collectible cars, and it's just a beast. It really is. And then we're gonna move on to the SUV section. We got 4 SUVs, all from one make, and yep, you guessed it, Range Rover. Yep, Range Rover. We got the daddy here. We got the daddy Range Rover. All 4 of them are actually big Range Rovers. So why don't we have a look? They all have, like, they seem to have one theme, and it's pretty much all black. So we got 3 black models and then one white. So let's have a closer look, starting with this one that's right next to me. So this is no ordinary Range Rover as well. This is actually a Luma design Range Rover. So it's been tuned. It's got extra body kit. They've fettled with the engine, made it a bit more powerful. I'm not sure if they make actually power upgrades. That I stand to be corrected there. But yeah, so that's what Luma Design does. It's a German tuning company. I believe they have office in South Africa. So yeah, you've got that, which is added bits. This whole thing is an added bits. That's all tuning. I'm not sure if they do anything to the interior, but mostly on the outside, extra side skirts, make it look brash. Extended wheel arches. They probably play around with the wheels as well, if I'm not mistaken. And this is called the Luma CLR SR. And you get the signature there of the Luma to show that it's a Luma design type thing. You've got 4 exhaust pipes, tailpipes just hanging in the back there. And we come up to the next one. This is just a standard Range Rover. And I think it's good to see. I mean, if you look at this and compare it to that used to look like this before the Luma bits came to be. So if you can tell just from the back there, look at that, and there it's a bit more chunkier. So those are some of the changes that Luma makes, with the exhausts popping out. So just a standard, elegant SUV, more about the lifestyle and just outright comfort. This is pretty much the daddy of SUVs, in my opinion. I mean, unless you want to include, I mean, it's been the daddy. Now there's a Bentley Bentayga and a Rolls Royce Cullinan, you know, just shown up. They want to take the market away from the Range Rover, but the Range Rover has been absolutely the best SUV, in my opinion, before the arrival of the Bentayga and Cullinan, mostly because those two just take comfort levels all the way to 11. They just tune up the volume all the way to 11, and it's just insane. The level of comfort that you can get in those sorts of cars, the Bentley Bentayga and the Rolls Royce Cullinan. I've had the opportunity to sit in a Bentley Bentayga, and it's just so comfortable. Oh my goodness. And it's a car. It's just a car. Like, there are beds that are not even that comfortable. I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. But the Range Rover is still a daddy, very practical, and that sort of thing. And the other ones don't look so good, but this one has been around for some time. It's had, you know, time to be refreshed and modified, and just, you know, went through some midlife, refresh, life cycle refresh, and it looks pretty dope. So I think Range Rover is still up there, I would say, in my opinion. You guys let me know in the comments below. Range Rover, Bentley Bentayga, or Rolls Royce Cullinan. I know they're kind of different, but they go in the same sort of direction. But yeah, it's the Range Rover corner. We have another one here, which has some blue accents. So it's got the black and blue accents. You've got blue here, Range Rover is in blue. Then you have some, you know, side grills, that front fascia thing going on there in blue as well, blue accents, which is pretty dope. And then you have these vertical slats, which I think are really cool on the Range Rover because they make it kind of look sporty, you know, make it stand out a little bit. So I like the blue touches. I think it's actually pretty dope. Blue or purple, it actually looks purple-ish. You know, the door handles, there's also some, it's also there. These are aftermarket wheels, Forgiatos. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool autobiography, Range Rover. You got those exhausts. Those are definitely aftermarket as well, I believe. I think they're aftermarket as well, yeah. I think so. Yeah. Then we have another one, a Range Rover with, you know, some red accents on the side. Also, this is standard though. This doesn't have, is it standard? It kind of looks not standard, but it could be lowered, so the front grille could look really low. But yeah, this is an S. Whoa, almost fell there. This is the Range Rover SV autobiography. So a supercharged 5-liter V8, 550 horsepower, 405 kilowatts, which is really cool. So yeah, this is what we have. So that was just the entire tour of Daytona. Oh man, there's a lot of cars here, and it's just an amazing collection. So they moved locations to this new place. Yeah, they just moved in, and still some refurbishments, some work still to be done. But from what you guys have seen, I think you can attest to the fact that it looks pretty amazing. It's really cool, and yeah, I can't wait to see what they have to bring like in future. I mean, they always tease us on social media and say, guys, you have no idea, this year is going to be the year, this year is going to be the year. So I can't wait. I mean, the year's already started, has actually been off to a good start if you think about it, because they had the Pagani Roadster a couple of weeks back, which is insane, a limited car, and also moving to this new showroom, and they've already, you know, made some pretty huge strides. So I don't know. So yeah, this is Daytona, probably one of the most, if not the most, the best supercar dealership in South Africa. I mean, there are many others that are really cool, but this is definitely up there. With this new showroom, they've just upped their game to a whole nother level. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end my video at this point. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's very long, but it was worth it. I'm sure you can agree with it. It's worth it. It's such an amazing dealership, and thank you so much for watching. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. Do like this video, share it with your friends, pop down in the comments, get down in the comments below, let me know what you think. And yeah, any other dealerships around the area in South Africa that I can possibly attend and possibly see and do a review of them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support, and yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one, and I will see you soon. Cheers.